Imagine standing at the edge of the world, not the edge of a map, the edge of understanding itself. Below you, a canyon so vast it swallows the horizon. Above you, lights that dance like fire in a frozen sky. Ahead of you, a wall of water so powerful it drowns out the sound of your own heartbeat. These are not legends. These are not paintings. These are real places, still standing, still breathing, still hiding secrets that science is only beginning to explain. Tonight, we are going to journey to 7 places on this planet so extraordinary, so impossibly beautiful, that nature itself seems to be showing off. Stay with us, because by the end of this story, you will never look at the world the same way again. If you love mystery, wonder, and the raw power of nature, make sure you are subscribed, because this is only the beginning of the journey. Our story begins in the American Southwest, in a place carved not by human hands, but by something far more patient, time itself, the Grand Canyon. From above, it looks like a scar across the desert, but descend into it, and you realize you are walking through history. Nearly 2 billion years of Earth's story are written into these rock walls, layer by layer, like pages in a book no human was alive to write. The Colorado River, the very force that created this wonder, still flows through its base today, quietly continuing the work it started millions of years ago.
Scientists say the canyon is still changing, still eroding, still being shaped by wind and water, even now, in this very moment. Some say the canyon holds fossils of creatures that no longer exist anywhere on Earth. Others whisper of caves within its walls that have never been fully explored. What secrets remain buried in those 2 billion years of silence? We may never know, but one thing is certain. Nature does not rush, and what it builds slowly, it builds to last forever.
Now, we travel across an entire ocean to a structure so massive it can be seen from space, the Great Barrier Reef. It stretches across more than 2,000 kilometers of Australian coastline, making it the largest living structure on the planet. Not built by machines, not built by architects, built by billions of tiny organisms called coral polyps. Each one so small you could barely see it with the naked eye, and yet, together, over thousands of years, they created an underwater kingdom so vast it rivals cities in scale.
Beneath its surface lives a world most of us will never see. Thousands of species of fish, sharks gliding through coral canyons, sea turtles older than our grandparents, all existing in a delicate, breathing ecosystem. But here is the haunting part. This ancient wonder, one that has survived for thousands of years, is now facing its greatest threat, not from nature, but from rising ocean temperatures. Entire sections of coral have already turned white and lifeless in what scientists call bleaching events. The reef that outlived ice ages may not outlive us. Time, once again, is running out. From the depths of the ocean, we rise now into the night sky itself to witness one of the most hypnotic natural phenomena ever recorded, the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights. For centuries, ancient civilizations looked up at these glowing curtains of green, purple, and blue light and believed they were witnessing the presence of gods, spirits, or omens of the future. Today, we know the science behind it. Charged particles from the sun colliding with Earth's atmosphere, creating this glowing display. But knowing the science does not take away the magic. If anything, it deepens it. Because it means that every single night this happens, our planet is quite literally being touched by the sun, 150 million kilometers away. Standing beneath it, in the freezing silence of the Arctic,
People describe a feeling they cannot put into words, as if the sky itself is alive, breathing, moving with purpose. It is one of the few places on Earth where light does not simply exist, it performs.
Now we climb higher than any human structure, higher than any aircraft dares to fly without pressurized cabins. We arrive at the rooftop of the world, Mount Everest. Standing at over 8,800 meters, Everest is not just the tallest mountain on Earth. It is a test of will, of endurance, of the very limits of human survival. The air here contains only a third of the oxygen found at sea level. At this altitude, the human body begins to shut down.
A condition climbers grimly call the death zone. And yet, every year, people risk everything. Their fingers, their lungs, sometimes their lives, for the chance to stand at its peak. Beneath the snow and ice lie stories that will never be told. Climbers who never made it back down, frozen in time on the mountain that claimed them. Why do we keep coming back to a place that could kill us? Perhaps because Everest represents something deep within human nature, the refusal to accept limits, even when nature draws the line in ice and stone. From the highest point on Earth, we descend now to one of its most violent forces, Victoria Falls, on the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe. Local tribes named it Mosi Oa Tunya, the smoke that thunders. And once you hear it, you understand why. Over 100 million liters of water crash down every single minute, creating a mist that can be seen and heard from kilometers away, rising into the sky like smoke from an unseen fire. It is not the tallest waterfall in the world, nor the widest, but it is the largest sheet of falling water on the planet. A wall of nature's raw power stretching nearly 2 kilometers wide. Legends say the spray creates rainbows that never fade, appearing day after day in the same place, as if nature painted them there permanently. But behind the beauty lies danger. The currents below have claimed lives. The mist can blind you before you even realize how close to the edge you are standing. It is beauty and danger existing in the very same breath. Now, we travel to a place with one of the strangest origin stories on this entire list. Because unlike every wonder we've explored so far, this one was not born over millions of years. It was born in a single afternoon. Paricutin, a volcano in Mexico. In 1943, a farmer was working in his cornfield when the ground beneath him began to hiss. Smoke rose from a small crack in the earth. Within hours, that crack became a fissure. Within a day, it became a cone. Within a year, it had grown into a mountain over 300 meters tall. An entire volcano born within a human lifetime, something no one on Earth had ever witnessed happen in real time before. It continued erupting for 9 years, burying nearby villages beneath rivers of lava, forever changing the landscape. Today, only the top of a church steeple remains visible above the hardened black rock, a ghostly reminder of what once stood there. Paricutin proves something terrifying and beautiful at the same time, that the earth beneath our feet is not as still or as safe as we like to believe. And finally, we arrive at our 7th wonder, one unlike any other on this list, because this time, nature did not act alone. The harbor of Rio de Janeiro, where mountains rise directly from the sea, where granite peaks, like Sugarloaf Mountain, stand guard over turquoise waters, and where the boundary between land and ocean seems to blur into something almost impossible. It is considered one of the most beautiful natural harbors on Earth, shaped by millions of years of geological movement, yet transformed by the humans who eventually built a city within it. Here,
Nature and civilization exist side by side, neither one fully surrendering to the other. Ships that once carried explorers into the unknown sailed through these very waters. Today, millions of people live in the shadow of mountains that have stood since before humanity existed. It is a rare and delicate balance, the kind of place that reminds us that even in a world reshaped by human hands, nature still holds the final word. 7 wonders. 7 forces of nature so powerful, so ancient, so overwhelming that they make our entire human existence feel small in comparison. A canyon carved by patience, a reef built by billions of tiny lives working together, a sky lit by particles from a star 93 million miles away, a mountain that tests the very limits of survival, a waterfall that thunders like smoke, a volcano born in a single day, and a harbor where stone giants watch over the sea forever. These places do not need us to survive, but we need them to remind us of how small, how fragile, and how astonishingly lucky we are to witness any of it at all.
Because long after we are gone, long after every voice that has ever spoken about them has fallen silent, these wonders will remain, still standing, still thundering, still glowing in the night sky. Nature was here long before us, and it will still be here long after we are gone. If this journey moved you even a little, share it with someone who needs to see how extraordinary this world truly is. And don't forget to subscribe for the next journey into the wonders that make our planet unforgettable.